Hey Jagjot.
Hi, Arpit.
Uh, uh, During the pandemic, I was in a downward hill in my career. I lost my job, and
Mhm.
there were a lot of financial stress. At that time, I started meditating, and I had this ego break. I realized that I am consciousness. And after that, for a period of 2 weeks, I was really st sad. Nothing interested me. And then I stopped meditating, and it's been 5 years since I have not meditated. But now I'm again in a tough spot in life, and I want to meditate again, but I'm scared. And I just wanted your guidance, how to get back into meditation and not be scared.
Okay. So, first of all, uh, let's look at this from a different perspective. That you are aware that you are scared. Okay, there is awareness of you being scared. Now, what you're referring to as meditation is an activity, is a practice, and practices are beautiful. But I would say that meditation is already happening. Because once there is a crack in the structure in the ego through awakening, what happens is constant observation starts happening. And I'm sure you must have noticed it. You're observing all the time yourself, your mind, thoughts that are coming up. Does that happen with you?
It used to happen, but since it's been so long, I'm back into my ego self completely. I just there is some remembrance that I am consciousness, but it's been so long. I've been away for so long that I'm back into my old self.
Okay.
But
So
yes, for I would say for a good 6 months, I was observing.
could you describe the nature of this ego self? Could you describe what it is? How does it feel for you?
It uh, it's just goals,
Mhm.
things I want to do right now, things I want to achieve,
Okay.
and I'm in a tough spot, and it is it is not giving me mental peace. I know meditation could help,
Yeah.
but then I realized that if I go too far, I would again have that crack in the consciousness, and then goals would just disappear. It won't matter. I don't know what would happen to me then.
Yes. So then the natural question is, who is this? What is the nature of this entity that is scared? And what exactly is it scared of? If we can surrender to this unpredictability of life and say that, okay, I'm just going to keep doing what naturally resonates with me, completely trusting that I will be taken care of, I will be safe, irrespective whether my goals get fulfilled or not. If I can have this confidence, if I can have this trust, then something beautiful can happen out of it. Now, I will just give you some reference, some example. So when this crack happens in the personality, again the fearful mind comes up and it says, no, no, don't do the practices because if you dissolve completely, then you will die. In a sense, it feels like death, like you will not be good for anything, and you will not be valued. And it is the ego which is actually trying to expand through that statement. You see, do not fight it, do not fight it, let it be. The thing is that once you have tasted this awakening, that crack is just going to get wider and wider. It is just going to happen. Now, if it is not happening right now, then probably there is some energy work that has to happen in you. We cannot make sense of it. There's no point making sense of it. I would say if the intention comes up to meditate, just meditate and see what happens.
Okay.
You, your, in fact, the whole nature of your goal and, you know, whatever you want to achieve, whatever you think it's going to give you may change entirely. So if you're open to that, you know, let's see what
Mm,
happens. Just investigate into the nature of this entity, not intellectual investigation. Just sit with it and see what exactly is it doing. It's telling you, okay, do this, don't do that. Do it like this, don't do it like that. So,
mhm.
I would say that if you feel like practicing meditation, just sit for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you know. In any case, the meditation is happening because this all this awareness itself is working. You are being mindful, you know that this is happening. You know that still the mind is coming up and still it is telling you, and still there is a fear, underneath that what happens if I just slip away, if I completely drown in the ocean? It is just the
Yes,
wave fearing the ocean. But what wave
mm,
does not realize is that wave is the ocean, and its destiny is to fall back and merge into the ocean. So, whatever wants to get destroyed, let it get destroyed.
that is true. Yeah, wave is the ocean. Okay.
Wave is the
Thank you.
ocean. Yes, David.
Hi, Jagjot. Thank you so much. And my brother who just spoke. Yeah, just such a beautiful transmission for me. I have a question, but I just bring it current, especially your share, your Dharma talk. Um, and this break, I guess the crack. I did a meditation with my Zen teacher and had us really experience weakness, our weakness as concept, and then whatever else it may be in like an inquiry kind of way. And it was kind of startling. But now listening to my brother just share around the crack that he fears and your encouragement to um, receive whatever the whatever the blessing is from this crack as consciousness, pure and or otherwise. Thank you for that, because yeah, I resist, and if you resist, it shall persist. So, but I also don't want to do too much efforting around it. So I also appreciated what you said about stillness, silence, surrender, but a surrender that's a non-doing that's already here. So thank you. It just tracks with so much that that I've been receiving. And happy birthday, Krishna. So my question is to that point. Um, so many practices. I don't know. I dig a lot of holes, but spirit comes to me in many, many different ways, and I'm trying to receive it, like you said, hold the tension of the opposites with greater balance within the wholeness that's already here. But man, so many. I just follow where I'm being led, and shakti pots and darshan and meditations. Am I digging too many holes? Because they're the downloads are coming fast and furious, and I really am popping open and trusting whatever we call this. I mean, God, pizza, whatever we want to call it, is uh, is opening me up. But like I said, I'm constantly being told by many different people, "You're digging too many holes," and I get that. But yet, yeah, like just being here with you. I did a Dharma talk with the Theravada before this, and again, it's synced up with exactly what you just shared. You're all heart. That was more mindfulness, and the two oppositions that I could hold in balance with one another is truly what for me is practice. It's what practice is all about. So I don't know if you could say something about the risk of getting lost in all the holes and practices that I'm doing, which by the way, like I said, is transforming me. So that's yeah, I don't know.
Yes, yes. So, David, there is no wrong way. There is no wrong path. Okay. Sometimes it has to happen like this. Sometimes this energy in the body is rajasic, it operates in high activity, and the mind does come up with different solutions, different possibilities. So yes, it comes up with trying different teachers, trying different methods, but subsequently, through this agitation, through this confusion, there is always that opportunity to slip into the gap between two thoughts, between two confusions. Always the possibility. Now, when it's going to happen is not in our control. But yes, over time, as the acceptance of this confusion also happens, as the surrender to this confusion also happens, the clarity begins to show up slowly and steadily. Which practices are going to help you? Which are your personal practices, which are not which resonate with you or do not resonate with you? They're going to show up, and some will fall apart, some will remain as a part of your daily routine, and you will continue probably doing that for long time, long period, till you're destined to do those practices. But underneath, you will feel an anchor of peace. Now that peace, it starts small, but then it starts growing. That presence starts growing. And sometimes when you're totally still, totally quiet, you can just tap into it. And there is this realization that, oh my God, this was so simple. This was easier than breathing, and I didn't know it. Now, yes, do not force it. And there is no wrong path. So I would say there's nothing wrong or right in this. Like, it is in your case, it is the natural flow that is happening this way. So right now you're trying different practices, you're enjoying the benefits of different practices. But at some point, the practitioner will dissolve, because that is the destiny. The destiny of the wave is to merge into the ocean. That is inevitable. So hope that helps. Okay, David, thank you.